President Biden and former President Trump are headed to the southern border today to spotlight how they'll tackle immigration. The president will meet with border agents and local law enforcement and again blame Trump for tacking the bipartisan border deal that included the strictest reforms in decades. Meanwhile, former President Trump has been promising mass deportations if he wins in November and potentially ending birthright citizenship. President Biden will arrive in Brownsville, Texas first, and then Trump will go to Eagle Pass. ABC's Maria Villarreal is there. Maria, talk to me about these locations. Why did President Biden and former President Trump choose these areas of the border to focus on today?
You know, Diane, great question. This is absolutely by design. The two locations are fairly different, even though they both are along the southwest border. In Brownsville, Texas, the Rio Grande Valley sector, which is also where I'm from, they have a well-oiled machine in place. They have enough infrastructure and enough resources, that means bodies, right, to respond to any sort of migrant influx that they might see at the drop of a hat. There's also a large amount of support for President Biden down in that area. That, in comparison to where we are standing right now, Eagle Pass, Texas, this has become the epicenter for Operation Lone Star, which is a state program that was implemented by Texas Governor Greg Abbott. You know, former President Trump has talked about this area as being a crime scene. He says that this is where we need to start his plan, put this plan into place, and that he is the only one that really has the best plan to solve the immigration crisis. We also will see a large amount of support on the law enforcement side for President Trump later today here in this area.
Now, Maria, you kind of hinted at this, but the president and the former president, they have very different messages on this topic. How are those messages being received there in Eagle Pass and in other border cities along that area?
You know, I think at this point, whether you would consider yourself Republican or Democrat, because there is a healthy mix all over Texas especially, but along the border, we do have a lot of conservative people that have said, listen, at this point, while I may call myself conservative, while I might consider myself a Republican, really I am just looking for somebody to come up with a compromise and a solution. That is the most important thing to me right now, that we have something in place that changes what is happening along our border. I would also say there are a lot of people down in South Texas, the Rio Grande Valley, where President Biden will be later on today. A lot of local leaders, a lot of NGOs have told me, again, we need compromise. We need some sort of movement to see that we're taking this issue seriously. And that, I think, is what we're seeing all across the country right now. Immigration has become a top priority for American voters that don't even live along the border. And that is because they feel like what they are seeing at the border is going to eventually impact them. So I think the messages here need to be, we are serious about this topic. This is how we move forward. However, we probably won't hear that from either one. We will hear a lot of attacking from both President Biden and former President Trump. Biden will focus on the border security deal as well. Trump will more than likely talk about how he is the only one to solve the immigration crisis.
All right, Maria Villarreal in Eagle Pass, Texas. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.